has become a new force of paradigm shift. Many leading IT companies had already started coming out with policies related to work from home, such as TCS has come up with 25-25 policies. That is, till 2025, only 25% people will come to office and rest will work from home. Now even manufacturing sector has also come up with WFH policy, and WFH has emerged as new normal. Along it certainly has many benefits, but it also has some negatives, and one of them is the way we sit or work at home, that is your ergonomics while doing your work. If not taken care of, it may lead to several musculoskeletal disorders, or we call it as MSDs. On lighter note, actually, I would say it may increase the client flow to my physiotherapy clinic. However, as a hardcore physiotherapist, my first duty is to work on prevention and wellness. So I'm happy that your organization has taken the cognizance of this issue and invited me to share my experience. So let us get an overview of ergonomics and posture. Sir, am I audible properly?
Yeah, you are audible, and it must be audible. So, audience, please just say yes in the chat window so that we will get to know that you are audible. You are listening perfectly fine. Yes, perfectly. Thanks, Sandeep. Thanks, Yatin. Thanks, Kavita. Yeah, please.
So now we get the overview. So what is ergonomics? Ergonomics means the natural laws of governing the human work. Ergon means work, and nomos means natural laws. It is a way of designing workstation, work practices, and workflows to accommodate the capabilities of work. It is for your right fit, for your improved performance, and for better quality of life. So, International Ergonomic Association has recommended the definition of ergonomics, that ergonomics is the scientific discipline concerned with the understanding of the interactions among human and other elements of system, and the profession that applies theory, principle, data, methods to design in order to optimize human well-being and overall system performance. Actually, in simply, the ergonomics is the interaction between the people and the tools they use. So it can be school ergonomics, it can be home ergonomics, it can be manufacturing industry ergonomics, or it can be computer workstation ergonomics. The main goal of ergonomics is to fit the task to the individual, not the individual to the task. So there are three main domains of ergonomics: physical ergonomics, cognitive ergonomics, and organizational ergonomics. Physical ergonomics, it is concerned with human anatomical, anthropometric, or physiological or biomechanical characteristics as they relate to physical activity, and that is your posture. And cognitive ergonomics, it is concerned with mental process such as perception, memory, reasoning, motor response, as they affect the interaction among the humans and the elements or the tools they use. Mainly the main aim of cognitive ergonomics is your actually safety and your performance improvement. Organizational ergonomics, it is concerned with optimization of socio-technical systems. It includes actually your how you are working in the with the group or corporate style ergonomics, and it includes the organizational structures, their policies and processes. But today actually we are going to emphasis on this physical ergonomics, and that is your posture. So when you evaluating a job, there are three main characteristics known as the ergonomic stressors, and these three main characteristics are essential. These are the force required to complete a task, any awkward or static working postures adopted in completing a task, and how repeatedly you are doing that task. So these main characters, which are known as ergonomic stressors, are very important. Any of these factors or any combination of these factors may place someone at a greater risk of discomfort. So it can cause MSD, that is musculoskeletal disorders such as back strain, carpal tunnel syndrome, neck pain. So what is MSD? I'm talking about MSD, but what is MSD? So basically MSD is your, it's a disorder of your nerves, joints, ligaments, and it can cause very much problems in your day-to-day life and your functional activities. So ergonomic, if not taken care of your posture properly, the MSDs can be painful. So we should always take care of your posture, and to avoid MSDs, ergonomic posture can help you. Now we are going to see what is ergonomic posture. So we will see posture. Posture is body's alignment and positioning with respect to center of gravity. It is the attitude of the body, the relative alignment of body or limb segment. There are two types of posture: static posture and dynamic posture. Static posture is when your body segments are aligned in a certain position, that if you are standing, if you are laying down or sitting, there is no mechanical work in that posture. And dynamic posture is your functional posture, that body segments are moving, walking, running, lifting, climbing. So where the work happens. As all of you know that spine or vertebral column or backbone, which forms the axial skeleton of the human body, which gives the body the erect and upright presentation, and it forms the core to which this shoulder girdle or pelvic girdle are attached. There are our spine is not upright, I mean it is not straight, it is S shape. There are curves in the neck region, there are curves in the upper back region, or curves in the lower back region, where we call it as cervical region, thoracic region, and lumbar region. And these curves of the spine are maintained by strong ligaments and muscles. Any imbalance will not only affect the alignment of the spine but also results in the impaired function of the spine. The center of gravity and line of gravity, this is the line of gravity, it is an imaginary line. These are important elements to consider when posture and balance are evaluated. The relation between the center of gravity and line of gravity actually governs the body posture. We will see the line of gravity, because this with this we will get the picture of good posture and bad posture. So in ideal standing posture, the line of gravity passes just through earlobes or slightly anterior to the earlobe. It is in front of the shoulder joint, passing through the junction between all the spinal curves, that is cervicothoracic means neck and the upper back junction, thoracolumbar means mid back and lower back junction, and lumbosacral means lower back and the sacral junction. It intersects the center of gravity. This is your center of gravity in mid pelvic cavity between your umbilicus and symphysis pubis. It falls just posterior to the hip joint and in front of the knee joint and ankle joint. So we take this line of gravity as the measurement to see whether the posture is good or bad. We can see how we will do excellent posture. The postural line you can see here. Excellent posture, very rare to find. Head straight above the chest, hips and feet, chest up and forward, abdomen is flat, back curves are not exaggerated. Good posture, this is actually advisable posture, that your head is slightly forward, chest slightly depressed, abdomen not so flat like this, and back changed little bit. But these two postures, the poor posture are very poor posture. We commonly see head is forwarded, chest is flat, abdomen is forwarded. You can see there is exaggeration at the neck curve and at the even this thoracic curve or upper back curve and lower back curve. In very poor posture, the head is farther forward. We call it as anterior forward posture. The chest is flattened and hollow. Abdomen is slouchy and back curves are exaggerated. In other picture, you can see in nicely, this is a good posture. We call it as forward neck posture. This is commonly seen in people in IT industries. This is thoracic kyphosis posture. This is again commonly seen in children where the upper back curve is exaggerated. Lumbar lordosis where the lower back curve is exaggerated. And this is sway back posture. This posture is later on seen in Parkinson's patients. So these are different types of posture in standing position. We will see the posture line in sitting position. Ideal sitting posture is when viewed from the lateral aspect or side aspect, and it is defined as sitting erect on a sit. The vertical line passes through the shoulder joint and hip joint, and this lumbar curve, this lower back curve is preserved. Hips and knees are 90 degrees. There is postural alignment, and this postural alignment can be either congenital, that is since birth, as you can see in scoliotic patients, or it is acquired due to bad habits or due to compensation in response to some muscle guarding. So today we are going to see the acquired postural malalignment. Now my next is the effects of bad posture versus good posture. First we will see the effects of bad posture. I think all of you can relate your posture right now. Also might be some people are sitting like this and listening to the webinar. These are the bad postures during the work from home. And there are very bad effects or long-term effects of bad posture. You have seen that there are curves in the spine, neck, upper to mid back and lower back. And when there is bad posture for longer time, the bad posture can distort these curves, natural curves, and affecting your whole body, causing an array of issues. The bad posture puts stress on the spine, muscles, bones, ligaments, causing pain and weakness. It can cause poor circulation in the body, which can hamper poor posture, can hamper your blood circulation, which can cause varicose veins. If people have very long standing job, they generally present with varicose veins problem. Especially the teachers, the bus conductors, they generally are present with the varicose veins problems. Even physiotherapists have varicose veins problems. Now, there is one increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. As you all know that our body is made up of 49% of skeletal muscles. And right from the school, we have learned that her heart is pumping the blood. But these skeletal muscles, along with the heart, help in pumping the blood circulation because of their rhythmic contraction and relaxation. And they supply the blood to each and every part of the body, or rather I'll say each and every part of cell, each and every cell of the body. So due to bad posture, what happens, this rhythmic contraction and relaxation of muscles is hampered, and that leads to less supply of nutrients and oxygen to the cells. This later on can result in poor circulation and can result in blood clots and deep vein thrombosis. DVT we call it as, which is again a life-threatening part. And this again increase the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Because of bad posture, it can affect your lung function also. Bad posture affects the amount of air you are taking into your lungs when you are breathing. See, when you are leaning and hunching forward, as you can see here, all the time, your muscles, shoulders are rounded and they are protracted, your chest cannot expand fully. So it affects or it influences your lung capacity and lung function. When your lungs are not functioning properly, if they cannot take air properly, your brain, heart, and other vital organs won't get the oxygen they need. So this could lead to shortness of breath, poor cognitive functions, and even heart and vascular diseases. So in this current scenario, this is very much important that we should improve our lung functions. Poor digestion. When you slouch, you compress your abdominal organs, including your digestive tract. Uh, it negatively impacts your metabolism, your ability to process your food properly, potentially resulting in nutritional deficiency. I think most of you are facing a problem of hyperacidity, and this hyperacidity can be because of bad posture, because if you are sitting in a bad posture continuously, it obviously will compress all the abdominal organs and can lead to hyperacidity. There is again a very bad effect, that is headache and jaw pain. Many of you may be having headaches or jaw pain due to bad posture. What happened with forward neck posture? Can you see my video? uh, can you see all my video?
Yes. So probably a little bit on us. Your video, maybe what you can do is that you can stop sharing and then they can be able to see that.
Okay,
Just stop sharing
just a minute.
for some time and then you can again share it.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Yes, now.
Yeah. So what happens when you're sitting in a slouched posture, then your anterior neck muscles, they are always in a contracted position, especially the muscle which we call it as sternocleidomastoid, which starts behind the ear and it is up to your clavicle bone. So it is always in a contracted position, even your trapezius muscle. So this leads to clenching of your jaw, or sometimes it tightens your facial muscles. So many of the patients come with a problem of clicking sound in the jaw, or headaches, or there is difficulty in opening of the jaw. And this is all because of your hunching, leaning forward posture or anterior head forward posture. Many of the patients feel that it is a dental problem, but it is not a dental problem. It is most of the time, it is because of your postural problem. I'll share the screen again.
Yeah, now it's visible on the screen. Yeah.
So again, it can lead to vertigo or migraine or cervicogenic headaches also.
You can put it in a window or
Yes, yes.
side window, side view. Yeah.
So there is also effect of bad posture on increased stress. Many researchers have conducted studies about effect of bad posture and stress levels. Because of poor bad posture, uh, he or she may develop the depressing feelings and may feel the even low energy levels. Poor posture can lead to slowing of body processes, leaving you with less energy or depleted energy. And this lack of energy translate into irritability and high stress levels. Once the body is stressed, it tenses. The body becomes more tighter and inflexible, ultimately results into pain and soreness in neck and back muscles. Many times I have seen patients coming who are in lot of stress. They have even tightened muscles in this temporal region also. So there is a very much correlation between bad posture and increased stress. A study was published in General Health Psychology. It reported that individuals who sat with slouched or slumped posture exhibited more fear, lower esteem, and worse moods than those who sat upright. More negative words were used than the positive words, and bad posture can lead to depression, which is also becoming a pandemic now. Now we had seen the effects of bad posture. We'll come to know the importance of good posture. This is a very beautiful sentence, that proper carriage is like an insurance policy for your body. So if it is a good posture, it is like an insurance policy for your body. So why this good posture is important? It keeps your body, it keeps your bones and joints in alignment and ensures that your muscles are functioning optimally. There is less wear and tear on your joints, and you are less likely to develop degenerative arthritis or joint pain. When I was studying in my college, I used to get degenerative arthritis patients who are aged between 50 or above 50 or above 60. But nowadays, I have seen that there are degenerative arthritis changes in the x-ray at the age of 30, 35, or even for the cervical neck region after the age of 25, we can see the degenerative changes, and this is all because of the bad posture. So good posture also reduces the risk of injury by taking the pressure off the ligaments. If you are sitting in a good posture, if you are standing in a good posture, there is less stress on your ligaments, and these ligaments will hold your spine very nicely. There is better breathing, and good posture actually improves your ability to bring the good oxygen. It increases your ability to take oxygen by 30%. You feel super confident, you look confident, you are self assured and poised with good posture. When you feel relaxed, happy, you naturally find an upright and open posture. When you have good posture, your internal organs align well. That means less compression on your stomach, intestine, and liver, facilitating the free flow of fluid and digestive juices. Good posture can make you look up to 10 pounds thinner, that is almost 6 kgs thinner. Good posture throughout a lifetime can keep you feeling mobile as you get older. As an added bonus, you look younger. With good posture, you don't waste energy as your muscles are being used efficiently. There is a correlation between good posture and brain. So 90% of the stimulation and nutrition to the brain is generated by the movement of the spine. So if your spine is in a good posture, it will give good stimulation to your brain. The improved oxygen flow that comes with good posture positively affects your brain. The neurons in your brain appreciate the nutrients that come with the increased circulation, and that is facilitated by this good posture. When your brain's neurons are nurtured well, if they get proper nutrition, they fire more effectively, keeping you sharp and on the task. So we have seen the importance of good posture. Now, how to achieve the good posture while working from home? So redesign or invent an office space at home. All you need to do is just recreate a working space at your home. This corner should be far from any distractions or comfort. Keep in mind that your working space should not be around or close to your close to your bed or couch. Being close to your bed could make you sluggish. Bed should be limited to a place where you rest and not work. Again, couches make you want to get up and rest and hamper your productivity. So avoid beds and couches to work. Treat the working space as your office to increase your output and concentration at work. What we should do, what the things to do for good posture while working from home? So we'll first see the correct sitting posture. while setting the correct sitting posture, we'll first see how you should place your monitor. Set the top of the monitor at or slightly below the eye level. Keep your neck straight instead of craning or twisting. Position your monitor about an arm's reach away. You can see there is a distance between the monitor and the body. There is a 20-20 rule. I know 2020 is not good, it is very bad, but follow this 20-20 rule. Look 20 feet away every 20 minutes for 20 seconds. So when you are sitting, there should be around 18 to 24 inches a distance between your eyes and the screen or monitor. Your shoulders should be relaxed. You should get the proper back support. How to place the keyboard and mouse? Make sure that your arms are close to your body. Your arms should not be away from your body. Elbows are near your sides. Use an external keyboard and mouse and place them close to your body. It should not be away from your body. Keep your wrist straight by floating your hands above your keyboard and typing. Can you all see my wrist?
Yes.
Yes. So when you are using mouse, you should not use it from the wrist. Actually, you should use it from the elbow, and elbow should be near to your body. So this is very important, and you should have a proper support at the wrist, because otherwise, if there is edge of the keyboard is hurting at the wristband, it can definitely lead to carpal tunnel syndrome. So there should be proper support to the keyboard. How to choose a chair? Choose a chair with proper back support and reclining slightly if possible. Don't sit on a stool, couch, or exercise ball. There was again in Western countries, there was again I will say it was a fad to sit on a ball and work, but this is not good for posture. It may give you a sense of balance or even the proprioception, but it is not good to sit on the exercise ball and work for longer hours. So take a chair with good back support. Place an additional chair cushion on the seat for extra comfort, or if you want to increase the height. Also, cushion can prevent the hurting of edge of the chair at the back of your thigh, or it can also hurt at the back of the knee. So take a proper cushion. Use a box or a footrest to support your feet and legs. Again, this is very important point. Please note it down that hips should be slightly higher than your knees. Hips should be slightly higher than your knees. If you're sitting with hips lower than your knees, it will cause a C-shaped curve in the spine, and eventually you may develop with severe back pain. So I always suggest that your hips should be higher, slightly higher than your knees. Keep your knees at 90 degrees with feet flat on the floor. Your shoulders should be relaxed, and thighs should be horizontal to the ground and feet flat on the floor. Use a work surface which is either hard flat surface such as table or desk. Remove clutter and any drawers directly in front of the your seat, or it can cause or it can hurt at the front of your knee. If your shoulders are not relaxed while working, try to raise your seat or lower your workstation. But your shoulder should be always relaxed. Your shoulder should not be raised. Sitting is new smoking. It's a long hours of sitting is as bad as your smoking habits. So sitting for long periods has proven to cause serious health issues at later stage of your life. So I will suggest sometimes you can use the standing posture while working. Since there is less facility to stand and work at the office, take the opportunity to do so when you are working from home. So consider getting a standing desk where you could easily work. You can raise your monitor with adjustable stands. You get very good laptop stands, or you can use different pillows to increase the height of your laptops, or you can use stack of books. In standing postures, again, your shoulder should be relaxed. Same, the distance between the monitor and your body should be 18 to 24 inches. The first text line of the monitor should be at your eye level. Your back should be straight. Pelvis in neutral alignment. Why it is neutral alignment? Many of people have a habit of standing with pelvis or your hip region either in the forward or in the backward region. So keep it in the neutral alignment. How to see that it is neutral alignment? That your hips, your knees and legs should be in one line. There should be always distance between your feet, and it is equal to distance between your shoulders. Put equal weight on both feet, both knees. This is again very important. Many of us have habit of standing with, I will say, 1.5 leg. We always put weight or either on one leg or 1.5 leg. So avoid doing that, because it then again causes stress on the spine. So equal weight on both feet. If it becomes utmost necessary, then only use bed or sofa. These are actually recommendation when you are sitting on the bed or sofas. There is slight change in this figure. Again, take a pillow under your hips so that your hips should go higher than your knees, and the height of the laptop should be at your eye level. So you can use either a study table, foldable study tables or laptop tables to increase the height of the laptop. But if you ask me, my suggestion is your sofa or your bed is the worst place for you to work for prolonged period of time. It will not only worsen your posture, but the perception of comfort can stop you from moving around as much. So if you have to work on sofa, set a timer so that you remind yourself to get up and walk around regularly. But avoid these postures. Whichever you choose to do, sit or stand, don't do it for long time. If you work at a screen all the day, you are at greater risk of eye strain, headaches, blurred vision, general discomfort. You need to get up after every hour, or sit if you are standing for long periods. The key is to balance out the actions to keep your body and mind refreshed. So have walking meetings, walk around while talking on phone calls. Add 15 minutes of walking time to your lunch time. And this is a very important point, that move outside in the balcony or on the terrace to get some sunlight and get some vitamin D. As you all know that we don't get vitamin D from any of our food. Our skin of the body forms vitamin D in presence of sunlight. So soaking yourself into sun can make you more productive and happier, and it forms vitamin D. So I will always suggest to sit outside sometime in the balcony to get some vitamin D. Actually, it is suggested that sunlight between 11 to 1 is good when skin forms vitamin D. But if it is very sunny, I advise to sit in the sun in early mornings between 8 to 9 or 9 to 10. Use speaker phones or headphones with microphone to take calls instead of holding it in one hand. If your monitor is too small, increase the zoom settings. If you only have a laptop, tilt the screen backwards to create more distance, and use keyboard shortcuts to reduce the trackpad use. Routine while working from home, routine is still important, including getting dressed for work. Breaks should be taken regularly, including your scheduled lunch. Engage with co-workers through group messaging or video chats periodically. Noise can be managed with noise cancelling headphones. Lighting should be bright overhead. Position your screen away from other light sources to limit glare. I know you get a very good anti-glare screens, but just follow. These are just suggestions. Rest your eyes by taking a break. Again, follow 20-20-20 rule. Air quality is improved by increasing the ventilation with a fan or keeping doors open. Maintain your hydration. Again, this is very important point. I will suggest that you should take 3 liters of fluids during throughout 24 hours. So you can include, along with water, you can include coconut water or lime juice or kokum sharbat, which will improve your electrolyte balance. Avoid more number of tea and coffee cups, and increase other electrolyte fluids. Increase your exercise routine is must. You can do different types of exercises. Doing one exercise always can be boring, so you can do cycling, walking, yoga, trekking. All these exercises you can do it. Breathing exercises are very important. I'll be taking deep breathing exercises later on at the end of the session, but you can do different types of breathing exercises as your comfort level. This is sleeping posture. It is not related with the working from home, but this sleeping posture is the commonly asked question by all my patients. So I have included this. What should be the right sleeping posture? So many of my patients ask me how should be the bed, whether I should take pillow or not. So what is your recommendation? So I will suggest your bed should not be very hard or very soft. If the bed is very hard, it can cause discomfort at your bony prominences. If the bed is very soft, it is saggy, and again it can cause C-shaped curve in your spine, so which can lead to back pain. Whether I should take a pillow or no. So there is a suggestion that if you have a habit of sleeping on side, you should always take a pillow with the height of pillow should be your palm height, because then it keeps your head in line with your body. So when you are sleeping on the sides, you should always take a pillow which is of your palm height. If you have habit of sleeping on your back, then take a thin pillow or roll of towel under your neck. Again, you can keep a pillow under your knees if you are sleeping on the back. So these are actually recommendations, sleeping modification you can do. Take a pillow if you are sleeping on the sides. Take a pillow between your both knees. That will keep your hips in line with your body. Pillow under your head. That will keep the head in line with your body. When you are sleeping on the back, you can keep a pillow under your knee. That will put less stress on the lower back region. So these are the sleeping modification. These are designed to help you sleep better with less frequency of waking up in the middle of the night. And it will also help you to fall asleep quicker with less discomfort, or help you to wake up with less pain or stiffness in the body. This is again one more thing, posture while lifting object. Many of these are actually these recommendations are for everybody in your family, that you should not bend directly from your spine. This can put pressure on the spine, and this is a common cause of slip disc problem in many of the patients. That forward bending, sudden forward bending can give you slip disc problem. So how to lift object? This is also recommendation while lifting your small kids, how to lift small kids. So bend from the knees while lifting the heavy object. Keep a wide base of support, squat down, bend in your hips and bend in your knees. Keep a good posture in the spine. There should be no forward bending in the spine. Slowly lift by straightening your hips and knees. Hold the load as close to your body as possible at the level of your belly button. If the load is away from your body, then again it will cause a strain in your back. Use your feet to change the direction. Do not hold the heavy object and turn with your spine. Use your feet to change the direction and take small steps. Ergonomic for handheld devices. Actually, again, handheld devices are used by many, almost 98 to 99% people, that these can cause you must have heard about this text neck syndrome. So I have included the ergonomics for handheld devices also. There are few suggestions for handheld devices. First, we'll see what is text neck syndrome. Text neck syndrome is repeated stress injury or pain in the neck resulting from excessive watching or texting on handheld devices over a sustained period of time. It is also known as turtleneck posture or anterior head syndrome. You can see the anterior head posture. The most common presentation of text neck syndrome include stiff neck, pain in the neck, radiating pain to upper limbs, muscular weakness, especially the weakness in the shoulder muscles, because shoulders are again in the rounded position, trapezius muscles, then external rotators of the shoulders, because this is the external rotation of the shoulder, but we are using a device, so our shoulders are already in the internal rotation, so there is weakness in the external rotators. You get headaches, especially this suboccipital, that where there is a joint between the brains, skull and the starting of the spine. There you find the muscle tightness and you get the occipital headaches, or we call it as cervicogenic headaches. So what are the recommendations for handheld devices? Texting and some other small screen features can be hard on the thumbs. Limit typing time to not more than 10 to 15 minutes session. Stretch often when spending extended concentrated time on your devices. I'm going to tell you how to do stretches in between. If you use a stylus, try to find one with larger grip handle. Think about maintaining a neutral posture. You can see this is the neutral posture while using your device. Again, the screen of the screen of the mobile should be at your eye level. You may use mobile holders or tab holders and use support for arms so that you are not holding them a lot for longer times, and avoid prolonged bend neck posture. So you can follow this, and it is advisable for all. Even now the old age people are using mobile phones, so you can advise them this. Now we have seen how to improve your posture while working from home, but there are some tips for wellness and preventive measures. So I'll be showing you how to improve your good posture in standing. So stand against a wall to discover your proper posture. Here I will tell you some different things also. As you all know, we all know the five senses, that is your vision, your hearing, tasting, pressure senses. We all know these senses, but we are not aware about the joint position sense. We call it as proprioception in our field. So these joint position senses are very much important to improve your posture. And these joint position senses are, these are receptors. We call it as proprioceptive receptors. These are present in your ligaments and the joint. So to train these proprioceptors, we should do few exercises, and we should follow the posture, or you can improve our posture. So I'll suggest you to do this every day 3 to 4 times in a day. Stand against a wall to discover your proper posture. Again, the wall will give you the feedback. So it is to improve your proprioception. Stand straight and tall. Keep your shoulders back. Try to touch your shoulders back to the wall. Pull your stomach in. Put your weight mostly on balls of your feet. Put equal weight on both feet. I had explained you this. Keep your head in neutral position. Let your arms hang down naturally at your side and keep your feet above shoulder width apart. So this will give you the proprioception that how can you improve your posture in standing position. Similarly, you can improve your posture in sitting position with same shoulders back relaxed, touching your back support of the chair. Now I'll be teaching you posture correction exercises. I'll be explaining you all these exercises. I will suggest you to do these exercises right now also. And there are some precautions or rules before doing exercises. But which postural exercises we should do? This is my favorite part of postural exercises. This is the core to correct your posture. You must have heard about core muscles, and core muscles means abdominal muscles. We think that core muscles means abdominal muscles. No, it's a box. Basically, abdominal muscles and your back muscles form the core. But these core muscles between your shoulder blades are the most important postural muscles, and I'll be emphasizing on these muscles. If people would focus on their back muscles like their abs, society would have lot less shoulder, neck, and lower back pain. So these exercises will emphasize on these core muscles between the shoulder blade.
Okay,
There are
Dr. Leena, I think this
yes.
is really wonderful, and all our attendees are still intact. And so, can we take some of the questions at this juncture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, some of the, I think, yeah, Sekharji is asking if we have any videos of exercise available. That's the one thing that is asking, as well as shoulder knee joint pains, if it normally gets after 60 or
Yes.
senior citizens.
Yes. So I'll be coming to my presentation. I'll be teaching you exercises with pictures now. So next
Okay.
slide will be for the exercises.
Okay.
And above 60, that also I'll come to the end of session, that what exercises. See, these exercises which I'll be explaining right now are the postural exercises, and these can be done by everybody, even by school going children, old age people. Everybody can do these exercises. So
Okay.
I'll be coming to these exercises. You all can do exercises, but before that there are some rules to follow. So if any exercise or stretch causes pain, stop immediately. If pain persists, contact your doctor. Or what I'll say is, listen to your body. If you are doing some exercise and if it pains, the first suggestion is to reduce the range of the exercise, or whatever the pressure you are applying to the while doing the exercise. First reduce it. If pain reduces, then you can do that exercise in that particular position. So that position can differ from person to person. So
Okay.
it is for first thing is, listen to your body, and if your body is telling that it pains, adjust your comfort level. If it still pains, stop that exercise and contact your doctor for that particular part. Don't bounce or perform jerky movements. The exercise or stretch should consist of slow, smooth movements. I always say that these are exercises, not exertions. So while doing exercises, you should feel comfortable, you should feel relaxed. So do slow and smooth movements. Hold each movement for 10 to 15 seconds and then relax. Then again you can do the exercise. In between you can shake out. You just shake out your hands or legs for relaxation for few seconds, and then you can do next exercise. Perform the exercises and stretches every day. There are few exercises that can be done in the morning and evening times, or in the afternoon times, but there are few stretches that I will recommend you to do it every after 1 hour. One stretch for every after 1 hour is okay. You can easily do it while doing your work. So I'll come to the next part, that is first exercise, upper spine straightener. This is very important exercise. Again I will say that this can be done by school going children, by all the IT professionals, by old age people, because constantly we are using our shoulder in a protracted or rounded position. So this exercise will be helpful to all. Even school kids are using heavy backpacks, so that time also their spine is always in a C-shaped curve or in protracted shoulder. So these exercises are advisable for all school-going children. How to do this exercise? You can do this exercise in standing or sitting position. Right now also you all can do this exercise. And if you have any question, you can ask me about that particular exercise. Stand normally, shrug your shoulders back together while you push up and back with your head. Simply just retract your shoulders or just take your shoulders back. Hold for 5 seconds. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and relax. I always suggest that you can do counting loudly, because when you count loudly, your breathing is normal. Otherwise, many of us try to hold the breath while doing exercises. So, count loudly when you are holding, so your breathing can be normal. So, hold this exercise for 5 seconds, relax, and repeat 5 to 10 times. This is my favorite exercise. Again, it is helpful for the core muscles between your shoulder blades. This particular exercise I always suggest to do every after 1 hour, one stretch. Even if you are going for long driving, if you are doing long hours of driving, or even long hours of sitting for driving or flight journeys, do this exercise in between. This is very helpful for your postural muscles. So all of you have understood this exercise, I think. And can we move on to next exercise?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Next exercise is clasp your hand behind your back, take a deep breath and raise your arm as high as possible. See, you can see, clasp your hand behind your back, raise it as possible as you can do it. But only thing is that your body should be in a straight position. There should not be, when you are taking your hands back, there should not be forward posture. Your body should not go forward. Push your chest up and outward to the ceiling. Again, relax and shake out and repeat until you reach your flexibility limit. Again, this exercise can be done during your work hours whenever you feel. Sometimes I call it as mini what we do आळस आळस देतो ना आपण असा हात बीट स्ट्रेच करून, so we call it as mini आळस exercise. So you can do this exercise during your work hours, and also 10 to 15 repetition morning and evening. Third exercise is side of chest and outer back stretch. Place one hand overhead, bend at the elbow. This is your starting position. You can stretch at the elbow. Your head should be straight. Grab your elbow and pull your overhead arm behind your head. Keep the head and chest up as high as possible. Then lean into the stretch for greater effect. Again, if you have a problem or pain in the shoulder joint, just see to it that you should not do with jerky movements. If it is painful, don't do exercise, don't do this exercise. But otherwise, this is a good exercise to give you stretch at the side of your spine. So lean into the stretch for greater effect. After 10 to 15 seconds, pull back with your overhead arm for about 5 seconds. Relax and repeat. Shake off and repeat on the other side. The goal is to perform this stretch without having to duck your head forward to clear your arms. So your head should be in a straight position. Third exercise is air rowing or cross chest arm pull. Stand with head up and shoulders down. Extend your arms out in front with your elbows bent at the 90 degrees. Take a deep breath and slowly try to extend your elbows towards the back as far as possible, while keeping the arms parallel with the floor. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and you should feel this between your shoulder blades. You should feel again between your shoulder blades the core muscles of the posture. Relax and shake out and repeat this exercise 3 to 5 times. End the exercise with cross chest arm pull, again to give the stretch to your arm. This exercise also can be done by all people, and again I will advise do it twice in a day, 5 to 10 repetitions in the morning and evening, if possible in the afternoon, and also one stretch in between your work hours. So you can divide the stretch. You can do one stretch in the middle, other stretch in after next hour. So you can divide, but keep on doing all these exercises every after 1 hour. This is static abdominal muscle exercises. As we have seen that core muscles in the shoulder blade, again the core muscle, the abdominal muscles are also part of core muscles, and this exercise can be done in standing or sitting position. Even this can be done in walking posture, in if you are sitting for long hours, this is very good. Most of us have the slouched abdomen or extended belly. So this exercise will help you to reduce your belly and to improve the strength of your abdominal muscles. This is again very important exercise, that static abdominal muscle exercise. Stand straight, tighten your entire stomach, pull in and up, not crunching down. So when you are doing, you should not do this crunching down. So your chest should be straight and try to pull your stomach in. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, hold it or count it loudly, because then your breathing remains normal. So hold for 5 to 10 seconds and then release. I will suggest to do this exercise for 5 to 10 times maximum. Do not overdo exercise, because then your muscles will get fatigue. But do it frequently, so you can increase increase the frequency of doing this exercise, but limit the repetitions to 5 to 10 times. Hold this exercise for 5 seconds and then relax. Now, next is deep breathing exercise. This is again very much important exercise, and even in current scenario also, deep breathing exercises are very much important. I will suggest that these exercises or deep breathing, if you are very much tensed, if you are very much angry, you can do deep breathing exercises, because when you are angry or if you are very much stressed, your muscles are tightened and your chest is also tightened. So do this exercise even in that stretched condition, or when you are not comfortable or angry. Make yourself comfortable on the bed, or if you can do it in the sitting position also. It is advisable to loosen your shoulders and tight clothing around your waist. Take slow, gentle, deep breaths down into the bottom of your lungs as if you're blowing up a balloon in your belly. Breathe slowly, don't try to force it. You might find it helpful to count. So, breathe in for the count of 4 seconds and breathe out for the count of 4 seconds. As you get the hang of it, try and slow it down even further and find a pace that works for you. So this is very relaxing exercise. Remember, your belly should be moving more than your top of the chest. If you all can just imagine a baby sleeping. So when babies are sleeping, you can see that when they are sleeping, and you can see their breathing pattern. Their stomach actually moves up and down. Their belly moves up and down, because that is the natural breathing. And as we grow older, because of your stressful life and all, we start doing chest breathing more. So this is very important, and this is natural breathing. So try to do this. If you feel bit dizzy or spacey, it simply means that your breathing is too fast or too heavy. So try breathing a bit more gently and slowly. Imagine that you are breathing out tensions and tightness with each breathe out. So when you are doing this, breathing out, you can feel that tension in your muscles are going out. This we are doing even in Shavasana also. So you can do Shavasana as deep breathing exercise. Again, there is one more suggestion, that you can breathe in through nose and breathe out through mouth. So practice this at least 5 minutes every day. And if possible, you can do in between, but at least 5 minutes every day. So we have seen all the preventive measures or preventive exercises. But what if we have, in case of persistent pains? So what should we do? So physiotherapy can be the answer. And who needs physiotherapy? If you suffer from pain or aches that don't subside for long periods of time, it may be wise to opt for physiotherapy. If you are a professional athlete and have an injury that causes you constant pain, physiotherapy can help to speed up the recovery process. It is also advisable when an accident or fall has led to serious injuries resulting in acute pain. If you have chronic pain, or if you have these musculoskeletal disorders that are adversely affecting your daily life, if they are reducing your productivity or functionality, you can take the physiotherapy. If you have undergone a surgery or about to undergo surgery, you can always take physiotherapy as recommended by your surgeons. But I've seen the pre-operative physiotherapy and post-operative physiotherapy is always beneficial in the rehabilitation. So you can take physiotherapy. There are many physiotherapy modalities available. You can take these modalities. Sometimes you can only take physiotherapy and get rid of musculoskeletal disorders. In some cases, you may need medicines. So taking the suggestion or orthopedic opinion, you can combine medicines and physiotherapy to get rid of these pains and improve your functionality. In my clinic, I have actually some advanced therapies also. As you must have heard in my introduction that I'm a matrix health partner, or I'm trained matrix rhythm therapist. So this advanced therapy, I've seen that it is very much helpful in many of musculoskeletal disorders, even to improve the postures, because many times patients come with bad posture, deviated postures, and with this therapy we can improve the posture, and we can prepare your muscles for the exercise, so that you can improve the strength of your muscles. So I'll just explain a little bit of what is a principle of this advanced therapy. Actually, we have evolved over the millennia as people who lived in harmony with day and night and seasons. And these cycles, rhythms, they are imprinted in our genes. But so we, in our genes, we are still at our ancestors. But nowadays, we are leaving a space and living our life with a stressful life. We are completely, these rhythms and paces foreign to us, and our these modern lives have thrown these rhythms off, and we have outpaced our biology. The rhythm in the biological cycle in our body has changed. Skeletal musculature, as I explained, that they have the rhythmic contraction and relaxation. They can voluntarily contract and relax. They do this in a particular frequency range. There is no fixed frequency, but it is between 8 to 12 hertz. And this basic rhythm is achieved during the relaxation of muscles. So when your body can't relax, when you are in an awkward posture for longer period of time, these muscles remain in a state of contraction. They cannot restore this basic rhythm because they cannot fully relaxed. So symptoms accompanied by pain and restricted mobility are observed when you are out of your rhythm. So this advanced therapy can help you to reset the rhythm by subsiding the pains and restricted mobility, and improve your functional capability with the help of advanced therapies. So this therapies, and there are other physical modalities like interferential therapy, manual therapy, or ultrasound therapy, or sometimes tractions. These are helpful for to get rid of pain, and then to improve your strength. Exercises are important. So ultimate treatment is to do exercises, particularly the postural exercises, to get rid of pain and to improve the strength. These are different facilities available in my clinic. And lastly, I'll say that your home is your nest where you are supposed to take rest and bond with your dear and near ones. But when you are using your home as your workplace, remember, it is the family members' benevolent nature that is keeping this corporate functioning today and economy running. So be safe at home, but maintaining the sanctity of home while working at home. So always stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy work from home in a better ergonomic conditions. Thank you very much. And if there are any questions, please ask. I will answer them.
Yes, definitely. That was a really wonderful session, I would say. And this is basically, touching each and every moment of, day that what we are working. And I myself is seeing how, the silly mistake that I'm doing while working, maybe sitting on the chair and all. So it was really a wonderful session. So we have a couple of questions here. So I'll take. So Mr. Rajendra is asking, like working from home for elderly people. This pandemic has forced our children and grandchildren to learn from home, right? And as long as 4 to 5 hours a day. So do you like to give some tips on better ergonomic for them?
Yes. The same sitting postures can be followed by children. I know that children cannot sit for longer times,
Yes.
so rather I will suggest to do few exercises, or there are few games like children can do in between. Parents can help them to do and to relax themselves. They can use headphones if they want. to do when they are listening to the basically school online schooling. And I will suggest that children should not do this online schooling on small phones or smartphones. If possible, they should do with a bigger screen and follow all the sitting rules which I had explained before. Second thing, that is a part of actually school, but school can take a few exercises in between their sessions. And I have heard that some schools are even taking yoga sessions as a part of their online schooling. So that is advisable.
Okay,
And
so there is one more. Can we get address of the clinic of Lina ma'am? So maybe ma'am, you can share the address also.
yes,
Uh,
the clinic is in the Baner, and I will share my clinic address. I think I have shared my mobile.
yeah.
So if they want to come to clinic, they can call and take the clinic address. I
Yes.
think
So what
I
I'll do,
will
I'll
write it
just
down.
maybe I'll share the contact number. Melina ma'am, can I share the contact number with the audience?
Yes, yes, you can share it.
So this is the contact number of Lina ma'am. So you can call to the clinic and get the help.
Yes,
I think few of the things what I understood is basically now I change myself my postures while sitting.
yes,
So one thing is basically, I'm usually, so it's working from home. When I'm in office, there is one, I used to be on one desktop and we used to connect, so that is comfortable situation. But now in home, I can't bring everything here. But I got one thing is that, the chair. But sometimes I just be comfortable like this, right? So this
yes.
comfortableness on the chair is good, or you have to be always straight like straight posture we should
Yes. See, leaning backwards sometimes is good, that you can do this in between. That is not an issue. But
mhm.
continuously sitting in leaning backward posture is not advisable.
Okay.
And as I had said, that if in a sitting posture, if your hips are higher than your, slightly higher than your knees, you
Right.
automatically sit in a good straight position.
Okay, right.
So that correction everybody should do. You can use pillows to change the position, and hip should be slightly higher than your knees. One more point I can add to this. Many elderly people do pujas sitting on the floor. So when they are sitting on the floor, and if they are doing long hours of puja, I would suggest them to sit on the cushion, or what we used to do, part the small flat surface. People used to do puja sitting on the part. It is advisable that you can sit, but again, the hips should be higher and knees should be lower than in cross leg sitting position, ज्याला आपण मांडी घालून म्हणतो. So cross leg position. So it is advisable that also. Many times people who are working from home, if they do not follow the proper, they don't have proper desk and all, they sit with a cross leg position.
Hmm.
Again, sit with a cushion or part, and your hip should be higher than your knees, even in cross leg position.
Right. I think today's lecture was really informative, and I believe that I myself is going to change a lot of things after this session, because
Yes.
the way we see it, the way we work, and now COVID-19 brings a lot of transformation in the working ways. That's
Yes.
what we are doing.
Yes. So
So we'll take a couple of more questions and then we'll close for the day. So there is an Venkatasulu. In industrial setup, workers are generally advised to work on the machine in standing posture for several hours together. Is
yes.
this correct ergonomically?
Yes. So actually, there is basically there is some ergonomic evaluation by in the manufacturing sectors. There are some scales how to improve the ergonomic of a working like if you are working on machines, so we should actually examine how repeatedly they have to work on that machine. As I explained, the ergonomic stressors, what are ergonomic stressors, how much force they have to apply, how much repeatedly they are doing the task. So we need to study that ergonomic stressors, and then we can advise them to improve their postures in their factories or the production units. So it differs from factory to factory, what are their actually what are their requirements basically, and according to that we study and then explain. So this is, they can do it if they want.
Okay, so one more question that is a really interesting question, I would say. This is from Mr. Varun Malhotra. What is saying? Can we keep one leg on another knee while
Yeah.
sitting on the chair? Like, sometimes we'll see in the movie, like, somebody is sitting. It's like, a
Yes.
comfortable situation. Is it right posture basically?
So in between for very few minutes you can do this. As I said, nothing is constant. You can change your posture, but you can sit with one leg folding. Many of you have this habit also, sitting with one leg folder, but fold legs. But again, then the weight on the spine will change. There will not be equal weight on the spine. So you can sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes like that.
Okay.
But again, go to the good posture. So sitting cross-legged or one leg folded is okay, but not for longer than 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, wonderful. I think it was a really good session. So we are about to come to closure. So can we keep one leg? Okay, so there are many questions are there, and I thank all the audience here who is being patient and listening. And I definitely, I'm sure that these sessions are very helpful for audience. Yeah. So thanks, Sudesh ji. Thanks, Dheeraj ji. So a lot of comments are coming. And I really thanks Dr. Leena on behalf of My Innovation and INSSAN team that you found a time and gave us really valuable information for us and for all our attendees. We are thankful for that.
Yeah, thank you all the participants, and I think I tried to include all the points which I have, all the basically questions which I have seen during my practice from my patients. So I tried to include all the points. But in case if you have any doubts or any questions, you can always call me personally. I will be able to answer this question.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am. So, with this note, I'll just declare that we will be having one more session that is very interesting again. That is from Kufan's Wisdom Academy, and My Innovation is bringing that session. That is for why I failed in my first attempt. That is related to the more of civil services from the UPSC perspective. So anybody is interested in that particular portion, maybe UPSC related coaching and all. So you can join it so that's you have to register for that. Obviously, you can and just share the registration link or the webinar link on the chat window. So if you are interested, you can register and join. That's on 9 p.m. today. The speaker will be Mr. Nikhil Pingde. He is IPS Kheder Maharashtra. So he will be going to sharing all his experiences from examination till his journey in the IPS since last 5 to 6 years. So with this, I thanks again all the participants, Dr. Leena from My Innovation and INSSAN. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So shall we close for the today's session, Leena ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay safe. Stay home.